Hello, everyone. The topic of my research is impact of phonic sounds instruction in English language, focusing mainly on rural areas of Punjab, India. This research is done under the guidance of my supervisor, Dr. Anjali Hans. It includes the introduction, the problem statement, objectives, literature review, research methodology, results and discussion, and lastly, the conclusion. Let's start with a quote, which is said by the famous Frank Smith. He says, "One language sets you in a corridor for life. Two languages open every door along the way." Let's begin with the introduction. Our focus is on how systematic phonics program can address the literacy challenges. What are the challenges? The challenges is low English literacy levels, which is 34.6 in grade 5. The language differences between English and Punjabi, the traditional teaching methods and resource limitations, and lastly, the need for effective phonics based interventions. So, mainly we'll focus on how systematic phonics programs can address these challenges which is faced by the learners, especially when they're given very limited exposure to English outside their school and resource constraints. We will explore the background, the objectives, the methodology, key findings, and the implications of our study. Next, we'll discuss the problem statement. Here, the main issue is poor English literacy skills among rural Punjabi students. In rural Punjab, many students they struggle with English literacy. As already discussed, only 34.6 of the fifth graders can read simple sentences in English, which is below average. The core issues include the linguistic differences, their outdated teaching methods, and severe resource limitations. And the native Punjabi language has different phonemes, which is very completely, I can say, which is completely different from English. And the children who are given very less exposure to English outside their school makes decoding and pronunciation very difficult. And the traditional methods used are like memorization, which is very ineffective for these learners. And I can say that there is an urgent need for tailored resource constraints solutions. And I have also compared with the other states. The phonics instruction have shown improvement in the states of Haryana, Gujarat, which is 25%, and in Gujarat it's 28%, but Punjab has not yet adopted any specific programs tailored to its needs. Next is the objectives. Our primary objectives were threefold. This study aims to test if a customized phonics program can help the rural students to improve their English literacy. So the three folds are like the first is to evaluate the effectiveness of structured phonics instruction. And secondly, it's to identify the challenges which is faced during the implementation in a very resource constrained settings. Thirdly, it's to develop the adaptations for phonics teaching suited to the local context. Next is the literature review. The literature mainly emphasizes that importance of phonics is very crucial in early reading development. So the importance of phonics in literacy development, the research is conducted by Hume in the year 2012, Michel and Fox in the year 2001. And the challenges in Indian context, that is resource constraints, linguistic diversity by Sinha in 2010. He discusses the importance of adapting the literacy instructions to local languages and resource realities. And Cohen and Johnson in the year 2011 shows that visual aids also improves vocabulary and decoding. And despite these insights, there's a gap in phonics programmed tailored for Punjabi, which our study aims to fill. Next is the research methodology. Here we can discuss who participated and what interventions were used. Our study adopted a qualitative approach which combines classroom observations, interviews, and reading assessments. And the students recruited were 15 and they falls in the age of 6 to 10 from rural Punjab. Mainly they were the English speakers with very less English exposure. And the interventions involved during the teaching is alphabetical sounds were taught by playing the YouTube videos, and they were given a practice of blending and segmenting and using the decodable texts. And also, the program lasted for 3 months with pre and post assessments to measure their progress. And the analysis was thematic, focusing on teachers and students' feedback. Next is, how was the data collected, the instruments and the metrics used. Decoding skills test and their reading fluency was tested. Also, the interviews and the questionnaires, and the classroom observations. And how was the data analyzed? It was analyzed by qualitative data, analyzed thematically from the interviews to identify recurring themes and their insights. Next is the results and discussion. The first improvement were seen in literacy skills. The participants reported noticeable improvements, and the teachers reported that students became more confident in decoding words, recognizing letters, and reading fluency. And the students who previously struggled with phonemic awareness showed increased engagement and enthusiasm during reading. So these gains suggest that culturally adapted phonics activities can significantly enhance literacy in a limited resource settings also. So these are the thematic insights. Also, there are the implementation challenges. Like analysis revealed key themes. Like teachers highlighted that using Punjabi sounds alongside English phoneme, they help the students bridge phonological gaps. The visual aids like Punjabi and English sounds, they supported better understanding, and the teachers also emphasized on training as vital to sustain their progress. And the challenges included were large class sizes and limited materials. So these are the things which hinder the personalized instruction. And these insights underscore the importance of contextually relevant strategies. And these are the effective strategies. Sorry. The usage of visual charts and phonemic awareness exercises when displayed on the walls in the form of charts, posters, this helped them a lot. The findings suggest that integrating Punjabi phonemic awareness exercises with English sounds helps address specific phonological conflicts. Now we can come to the conclusion part. In conclusion, we can say phonics instruction significantly enhances English literacy skills among the young learners in rural Punjab. Um, we can say to sustain and scale these gains, we recommend integrating Punjabi phonemic exercises, developing low cost visual aids, and establishing ongoing teacher training. These are the three things which can help to bridge the literacy gaps. It will be like providing ongoing teacher training in phonetic decoding techniques. Like it will be downloaded to your computer and now you can use it as your background image. The systematic barriers, such as large class sizes and limited outside exposure, must be addressed to scale these interventions very effectively. The future efforts should focus on scaling culturally adapted phonics training, fostering government school partnerships, and developing resource materials which is suited for rural contexts. And these are the pictures which were collected during the research. And these are the references for my study. Thank you so much.